well, you can see our topic right there. But so I'd like to say that you can buy, well, I'd like to talk about, you can buy huge amounts of methanol cigarettes and vodka almost everywhere in the U.S. But you have to travel to Washington or Colorado to purchase marijuana legally. So long-term smoking, like long-term marijuana smoking, cannot result in cancer, which I thought is pretty like a good thing to put out there, since you know you can get cancer from alcohol and like cigarettes. Also, I'd like to put out the 31,000 Americans have died from alcohol poisoning and alcohol-induced like causes like cirrhosis, and that's not including the people who have died from homicides and like drunk driving, homicides, drunk driving. That would be up to 90,000 if those stats like were included, and that's the highest death like rate from that in 35 years. So I also like to put out that like smoking, that's another big thing, and that's caused about 480,000 deaths per year and 42,000 from secondhand smoke. So the reason I'm putting out these numbers are because like alcohol and like cigarettes are legal and marijuana is illegal, but marijuana is a safer drug to use. So it says that almost every minute somebody is
Yeah, a lot of the effects of alcohol, like of using alcohol, is this almost the same as marijuana use, as in irritation in the eyes, slow reaction time, increased heartbeat.
Do you have the death rates? Sit down. Also, I'd like to put out that every minute someone's arrested for marijuana. So it says about 701,000 people were arrested in 2014 for marijuana-related offenses. And it says almost 40,000 inmates from federal and state prison have a current conviction of marijuana. So I think that if it was legalized in all 50 states, if possession of marijuana is the only thing that you have for being in prison, yes, I'd like say that they should be let out of jail. Because I think like if it was legalized and you're in jail for just marijuana possession, I think it's unfair that somebody may be able to walk around with more than you may have been carrying at the moment and still be like arrested or taken to jail. So if that's the only like thing that you have for being in jail, yes, you should be let out of prison. But if it's not, yeah, I think you should like have to stay in jail. But it says that a lot of states delegates are like looking to legalize marijuana going on into next year. That's from like what I've read. It says that it should be legalized in many states for 2016 because a lot of people like are just like starting to support that. And California seems to be like the highest like state supporting it because it says that they've already put out 10 legalization initiatives and are vying to appear on the state's November 2016 ballot. So, I'm sorry about that. A minute. Marijuana cannot cause lung cancer, and I already put out that long-term marijuana smoking does not cause cancer, but other than that, yeah, that's what I have.
Those who support its legalization for medical or for general use don't recognize that the greatest costs of marijuana are not related to its proposition. They are the costs resulting from marijuana use itself. Marijuana use can cause several things in your body to go wrong, such as immune system lowering, lung irritation, increased heartbeat, memory problems, and that's just a few to name. One of the main reasons why it would be just plain stupid to legalize one of the most used drugs in our nation is because it leads to hard drugs such as cocaine and heroin. Craving for marijuana increased appetite, sleep difficulty, and weight loss changed across the smoking and abstinence phases. Aggression, anger, irritability, restlessness, and strange dreams are increased significantly. during the abstinence phase. It should be illegal because if you're using it for medical reasons, then you may become addicted to the drug. And also, another weird thing that it causes, if you have a driver's license and you happen to try marijuana or use it, it can lead to not being able to like drive and coordinate and stuff. Also, yeah, permission to speak.
Alright, so even though marijuana, like you said, that it makes it hard to drive, but I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure if you were to do other drugs such as alcohol, you would probably have a better chance of crashing or running into somebody else, like using marijuana. So, like, do you have any like totals of like people who have like died from like marijuana driving? You know?
Well, that's a good point. As we said, it affects people just as much as alcohol does, and it has the same effects on people. But alcohol could be just as dangerous as marijuana. Marijuana also harms young people and sponsors massive levels of violence and corruption if the person can't get enough of the drug. A family member could be using marijuana for like medical reasons, and then a kid or like one of their family members can get a hold of it. And that's another reason why it shouldn't be legalized. And then
Hold on. So, do you think that it'd be better for kids to smoke or drink alcohol than using marijuana?
no, it would be just as bad for kids to use drugs, period. Recent studies suggest that individuals that have smoked marijuana within several hours prior to driving have an increased risk of getting into an accident. In another study of seriously injured drivers admitted to level 1 shock trauma center, more than a quarter of the drivers, 26.9%, tested positive for marijuana. In Nevada, for example, the state no longer can assign jail time for those caught with a small amount of the drug, but violators can still be arrested, fined heavily, and charged with a misdemeanor. Since legalization of marijuana for medical or general use would increase marijuana use rather than reduce it, it would lead to increased rates of addiction to marijuana among youth and adults. Marijuana may affect the, is that?
You finish your sentence, finish your
Hmm?
sentence. Finish your
Oh,
sentence.
okay. Marijuana may affect the development of the brain if also, that's why it shouldn't be smoked at a young age.
All right, you have 60 seconds.